Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All I Can Geek Gamecast, episode 594. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Fonside,
Ahoy.
and Tony Kokonakis.
Yo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers. We're on Twitch, streaming live Tuesday nights. Don't forget, guys. Thank you for joining us if you're here. If not, join us on 2 weeks after on Twitch. Also, I think the video stayed on there for that long, and then YouTube subsequently after that.
Or Tuesday, I think.
Always audio streaming on multiple platforms, Spotify and iTunes. So you can check those out. And yeah, so this is the Gamecast, folks. Tonight we do have a special bonus round for Doctor Strange 2. So join us there if you've seen it and you want to check it out, or you don't want to hear what we thought about it. I mean, so but this is Gamecast. So what have we been up to, guys? Corey, kick us off. Go ahead. What have we been up to?
I've been playing a little Xenoblade
Nice.
Chronicles.
Nice.
Definitive edition. So getting a little deeper into that. Like, not much, unfortunately, because we did have a busy weekend. But yeah, so just getting into the swing of things, getting used to the mechanics, getting used to the story, figuring out what's going on. So yeah, not much to say other than like, I'm just super early and it's RPGs. So, but I'm enjoying it. It's a little different than 2, obviously. I didn't know really what to expect, like how much the 2 take from 1. Here was interesting going backwards than going forwards because they took things and iterated on them in the second one, where here is kind of like a more rough version of similar things. So it's neat to see that. But yeah, as far as it's going well so far.
Cool.
But, yeah,
That's
that's pretty much it.
a huge game, right? I mean, how many hours is that thing?
I expect to be 60 to 80.
Probably
I mean,
60,
depends on
yeah.
how long you want to take.
Yeah, exactly. And the nice thing is they introduced modifiers in the game so you can play it easier, harder, whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah, I did see
Very
that,
cool.
yeah.
Very cool. That's always good to have.
And you can toggle it anytime. So if like you're struggling on a boss, you could turn it down, beat the boss, turn it back up, stuff like that. So
Cool.
Yeah, there was a deal on the third one for Target, apparently, if you had a 30% coupon.
I didn't get that coupon. Like, I couldn't find it.
oh, I
didn't
have
see
the
it anywhere.
coupon. I didn't know it applied to that, but I'm waiting for the special edition, which is only on the My Nintendo
Yeah.
store. So I'm just
Yeah, that's what I was like. Gotta go with
Yeah.
special edition on that one.
yeah.
All right, Tony, what have you been up to?
Just a little bit more Kirby. I haven't played in a couple weeks just because busy and stuff like that, but it's fun. It's Kirby. It's really cute. I forget if one of
it yet then?
no. I put it down for a little while, but one of the things I forget if I mentioned was kind of like the game is deceptively clever in what it asks you. So like every level, it's always the same. Like get to the end and you're saving Waddle Dees, but along the way in that course or level, whatever you call it, there's always like hidden objectives, and they don't tell you what it is until you do it once. And it could be something like, for example, the most recent level I played, I ran into this little baby duck, started following me around. So I was like, well, that's weird. This is the first time that's happened. Clearly, I have to do something with this duck. So I wandered around and found this mama duck, and ran up to her, and like the baby duck went to her, and it was like, okay, bring the ducklings back to their mother, 1 out of 5 and stuff like that. So then I had to go back and do like find 4 more and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting level progression because they don't like outright spell it to you like at the beginning of the level, like, hey, you need to do this. It's kind of like something that they want you to inherently stumble upon. But if you miss it, once you beat the level, then it'll tell you like, hey, if you want to come back, you can do these goals kind of stuff. So I thought that was interesting.
Cool. Mike?
More Elden Ring. I think I have gotten to my first sort of boost, I would say, in this game. Well, so I don't know if I told you that, but last week I expected to beat Godric like quickly, and he only took like a handful of tries. He wasn't too hard.
Well, it's amazing. Like when you get like that Margit fight done, it kind of increases your skills to be ready for these weaker fights, and that's a good thing. Like it gives you like that confidence. You're like, I can beat this guy. I can take him. But go on.
Yeah. So I beat him, and I did something that I'm sure, in retrospect, going forward, I'm gonna live to regret. But so you get the first sort of like potentially overpowered like weapon from him, if you choose to, and I just put a lot of shit into that, and now I have this thing that takes huge chunks of damage out of most things, but it's delayed, obviously. His little puppet dragon hand thing.
Oh, I remember that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I went with that. So now I'm in Rail, whatever the hell, the like Hogwarts,
Academy, yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
um,
The Magic
the,
Academy.
those guys that shoot stuff are annoying, but
Yes, they are.
and I managed to kill the fox, but
Oh,
I
good. The
still
mid
have,
boss. The mid boss.
yeah, I still got more to do there. And I
He
also
was a
wanted.
cool fight because his look was so weird for me. That was the problem I had. I was like, hard time hitting him because he was like frizzy. But go on.
But and then I also just stumbled upon going into some underground lake thing with a bunch of ants, and this one because I'm looking at I look at the trophies, and even as hard as this game is, everyone who plays it still beats Margit and like Godric, was that his name?
Yeah.
And so those are like 60% completions. I'm like, I didn't really do anything yet. So then this
That's
one,
how you
though,
base.
Sure.
That's how you're basing your accomplishment is how many people have beaten the boss. Okay.
if I get into something where the majority haven't done it, I would feel like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And this is the first thing I did where in that underground like river section, I did involve running away from a lot of guys.
I do that all
in
the time.
one section.
That is my game right there.
But I got to this big boss underground, and I did beat him after about, again, like 5-ish tries, I would say, nothing crazy. And that was a 40%er, so I'm like, all right, I did something. We'll see if my new overpowered Dragon Fist can clear the rest of the Rail, whatever, Lucaria place. But yeah, stuff's happening. I still have the same number of levels as hours in the game played, which probably isn't ideal. I'm at like 47 or so for each, but whatever, we'll see. So yeah, I got something that's overpowered finally, but I'm sure I'll be pissed off that I spent a bunch of stuff to level it up when I find something better, but it's how these games work.
No, yeah, I mean, so behind the scenes, they give you these weapons because the developers obviously know. They're like, hey, we're gonna give them a choice of these weapons, and yeah, I mean, you probably could beat the game with it if you really wanted to, but typically when you get a new weapon like that, it'll last you for a little while, and then you will have access to better weapons. It's just loop and stuff like that.
It's funny though, because of the way you improve the weapons. Before this, I was pretty much using my starting sword, just leveled like +5, +8, or whatever.
No, that's fine for the first.
All the way up until that point.
Yeah, that's normal. That's absolutely normal.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, just to finish that up real quick, because we don't need to spend more time in Elden Ring, is I'm on the beast, if that helps. To keep it vague for people, I'm on the beast. The fun part about that for me is the reason why I'm not done is I fell down the rabbit hole of respecking, and because my build has no effect on the finale of this game, so I can't do anything with my pop damage. So now I need to figure out. I was trying to figure out what I should do. Should I get fancy and do strength build? I respect 3 times, and I did terrible, to the point where I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go back to my dex build with less arcane because it doesn't need the pop damage, and use what I have and what I've built my character out of, and I'm at down to a quarter of a health now. Okay. So I thought I was gonna do it before this podcast, but I didn't. I got greedy. I got greedy and I got stupid. Yeah, I was trying to finish it before the podcast.
I really feel like I'm too trained in certain things already. Like I'm too used to the shield, and I know you guys keep like saying that, like, shields aren't the way to go long term.
No, I mean,
I can't give it up.
You can. That's fine.
I was reading that shield builds are very good towards the end game. From what I read, they're actually very good because there's certain bosses that you can't do anything with. I'm all about damage. Like I can't dodge well, so I'm going to try to beat the shit out of him before he hits me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that doesn't go well with the main fight.
Yeah, it's just play styles. Like I did not use a shield because I wanted to go with a 2-hander build, and I just wanted to out DPS most bosses and relied entirely on avoidance. And that kind of sucks because it means you can't really get hit. You're limited by, your health pool and how many potions you can carry and stuff like that. But as a veteran, I can do that. I wouldn't recommend that for a first time, obviously. But shields are great. I mean, it's just a little slower. You have to, build your character around that because some weapons, aren't as great one hand and stuff like that. But if you can use it,
because ultimately, I built my character and all my stuff I went and found out in the world really is based on my build. So I can't respec at this moment. I just have to go deeper into my damage. That's what I did, and I'm gonna beat this guy. So I did respec, but I gave myself more damage and got rid of the arcane. I took 30 points away from arcane and threw it into vigor and dex. So that helped massively. So anyways, that's where I'm at. All right, let's get into some news. Gaming stuff, guys. Let's see.
Okay.
What do we have? I would love to start with this fun one first. WWE has signed a deal to make an official wrestling role-playing game. An official reveal coming.
It's
yes.
I'm surprised
It's funny.
this has happened sooner.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's very light elements of that in the, what is it called, My Rise mode in the current wrestling game, which I don't know if I played it much at all this week, maybe once or twice, but I went more to Elden Ring as I actually made progress in that game, and it's a little boring, the wrestling game, honestly. But
Yeah.
there's light elements to that. You meet things, you do certain things to like level up certain stats, and obviously you have a full suite of character creations for like your moveset and what you look like. So this could be interesting if they like actually go full-fledged with it, but I'm just not sure how that plays out for a full game.
I'm not sold on you need money for this, and I'm not sold on them investing into a product because I mean, look what the 2K series has done. It's been a shambles until I think this year. Even this year, I haven't seen as many complaints though. But this year's just solid. It's a solid game.
It's supposed to be okay now this year. A return to form after 2 years off. It's just okay from what I've played. It's nothing outstanding, but it's serviceable as a game. I don't know. This does sort of reek of just coming out and being very like sort of cheap spin-off-y thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But let's see. Let's go to EA news. EA has renewed its Lord of the Rings license for an upcoming RPG. A collectible
Nemesis system.
Yeah, it's a collectible RPG that's being developed in the mold of Galaxy of Heroes from Star Wars. What is that? Is it like a free-to-play?
Oh,
sounds like a mobile game, dude.
Like
Did you read
game. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be, I mean, it's a, I don't know. Is it a Pokemon Go kind of style? I guess is what it's going to be. Or
I posted better EA news in that
I'm going to get to this.
Oh, okay.
What?
All right.
Yeah. No, I'm going to get to that. This was the precursor.
RPG thing,
I'm doing the RPGs. I got one more RPG thing, and then we're going to the other thing. Okay, one more RPG. Mass Effect also. Mass Effect Lithographed hints at a major return for the upcoming sequel. Folks, I guess I don't know if you want spoilers for this, but on a collectible display that was revealed, which has now been edited in post, the words Shepard did appear on it, rebuilding from the Mass Effect 3 universe like disaster. So that's where this is going to apparently pick up from, and I think we're going to be playing as Shepard. I think they're going back to its main character.
That would be so fucking dumb.
I mean, I'm fine with it.
It'd be It would be a hell of a what's it called? Retcon for them to do that. Like almost borderline disrespectful. I know I don't like the ending of Mass Effect 3, but
that's why I'm okay with it. But Corey liked his ending, so
I got what I was looking for.
Yeah.
No, I mean I don't like it, but the whole idea of like the self-sacrifice and
right. I don't
for stuff going forward, especially like again, I didn't hate Andromeda as much as everyone else did, and the whole idea of like that whole like basically group of characters is sacrificed, so like these other people can like carry on and do something new was kind of the theme. So
yeah,
I don't know, it would be a hell of a retcon.
I think it would honestly just take away from the trilogy even more, for me personally, which is surprising that they could even do something but here we are. Well, no, it's stupid, dude, because it's like, okay, first of all, spoiler, if you've never played the Mass Effect games, you could skip ahead 5 minutes.
At this point, come on.
So, Shepard died and came back once already.
Yes,
like we don't need that again. It's such a dumb narrative hook, and especially dumb because he or she sacrificed himself at the end of 3 to like save the universe. So like to be brought back by like that. If I was Shepard, I would be pissed. I'd be like, why do you keep bringing me
Feels like
back?
Matrix Resurrections.
Why am I sacrificing?
Right, it
myself?
felt exactly like
Again,
Matrix Resurrections,
yeah.
and you know, honestly, it's kind of like fucking. I would feel there would be a line there, akin to like Goku at the end of whatever. He's like, actually, I think this is better if I stay dead, guys. Like, it just people
End
just
of Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, we're just like
Yeah.
people just keep coming out of the woodwork to fucking fight me, and it's just bad for the universe. Just fucking don't resurrect me with the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I would hope that it's just more of like Shepard comes in like I don't know what it actually looks like, but if Shepard's there just as more of a honorary things, like, oh, we were talking about Shepard because Shepard was a big part of Mass Effect, but there's nothing to do with like playing as Shepard or the character alive, just like hey, Shepard was a really important character in this universe.
Shepard was a cool guy.
Yeah.
It's-
Maybe it is. Maybe it will be like a son,
I had a
like
friendship.
No,
like
if they do like, oh, you play as like the
no.
great grandson or daughter.
Shepard the second.
Yeah,
Shepard Junior. Yeah.
it'd be so
I don't know.
fucking dumb.
All right.
It's just also part of by Mass Effect 3. Part of the main thing that made people like playing as Shepard was that it could be your Shepard carried over. They can't do that now, so
Yeah.
No.
forget that. It's been like generations. So
Two
it's not gonna
generations, yeah.
It's a reboot, but we'll see what this comes out to be. We'll know more next year, I think. So
You think so?
not this year. I
You
didn't
think
say
so?
I didn't say this year. I said in 2023 we'll know more. Yes.
What do we know about Dragon Age?
I'm not saying Dragon Age at all. I think we hear about Mass Effect 3 in 2023.
All right,
Or Mass Effect 4. Sorry,
I'm just saying, we have heard they announced Dragon Age way before they announced the new Mass Effect, and we still
Doesn't
don't know
matter.
anything about Dragon Age.
That is Dragon Age. I do think we'll hear about Mass Effect first, but at this point. Let's see. FIFA and EA.
No longer. Broken up.
Yeah, so EA is officially changing its name of its best-selling best-selling sports game in the FIFA series to the FC, to Sports FC now, because the FIFA tie-in is officially ending and they're not going to pay for that partnership anymore. And I don't blame them. FIFA doesn't have great credibility anymore.
No,
They really
I
are
mean,
not a great league.
There's two
Yeah,
companies.
if you think
yeah.
if you think EA is like the bad guy, you look at
FIFA's pretty
FIFA
bad,
as
yeah.
well.
FIFA's pretty bad. They're worse than EA if you look at what
Yeah.
that company does.
Recently,
So-
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad when a EA company, who we all know is pretty bad, doesn't want to partner with you after 20.
Well,
what is it? 20
hold
years?
on.
Oh, 30 years.
I don't
30
know how
years.
much of it is really the relationship. It's more so I believe FIFA was asking for more money.
No, I'm sure money came into it without a doubt. Don't get me wrong.
And it was,
But-
it was a game of chicken. It was like, well, FIFA's like, your game sells on our brand, and EA was probably like, no, the game sells on our game. Like, we don't even need to
Yeah.
call it FIFA. And that's how we are
Now-
today.
We're gonna find that out.
We are gonna find out.
So I don't really follow this too closely, so I don't understand. But is it just the name, or will there be like teams and players that they don't have access
They can't
to
use
now?
the FIFA teams. They can't use
But
that.
now, so this is the other thing though. Do all of those players play for other teams anyway? Like
I
that
think
they
they
can
do.
use?
I think they do, to be honest with you.
So
I don't think it's going to affect the game too badly. I mean, EA's not
Okay.
wrong here, because maybe not all of them do, but most players play for other teams, so they can just use those team names and everything like that. That aren't part of the FIFA organization. And there's a lot of teams that aren't part of the FIFA organization now. So
Okay.
yeah, it's not a bad move by EA at all. But I never played them. I played the original ones, and I always hate playing those games because I just want to slide tackle everybody, and you can't do that in that game.
Yeah.
So,
I played Genesis one. I think the first one that I think was partnered with FIFA.
Yeah.
Way back when.
I think not Xbox. I think Dreamcast was my first experience, or was it Xbox? The original Xbox. One of them was my first experience playing it.
I don't know, but we got a better soccer game coming soon anyway, with Strikers coming back.
We do. The Mario Strikers was announced, right? Didn't put it on this list. Wasn't that announced last week?
It was announced a while ago. It's
Oh, was it?
coming out. It's coming out in a matter
Yeah,
of
it's-
weeks now.
Okay.
It's coming out June 10th,
Very
I think.
soon. Very soon. That's right. So
8 players.
all right. Yeah, that's big. Let's finish this up with Gotham Knights.
Ugh.
So Gotham Knights today had a like 13-minute gameplay reveal where they brought you into the world that they've built you guys over the last. How long is this game in development? Like 8 years?
Like 20 years.
Yeah. So it's been in development forever. It just to get a couple of bits of news out of the way here.
Canceled 5 times. Yeah.
It's also now canceled on the PS4 and the Xbox One. So this
Even
is only
though
going to be.
It really looks like it belongs there, but yes.
Yeah, it's only going to be on the new stuff, and this is like you said, Mike. It looks like it's a previous gen game, and Tony, we were joking about it on the chat.
Well, I said that. You're like, I thought you said you liked it. This looks.
Oh God, no! I didn't say I liked it. I was posting a train wreck image.
That's
a train wreck image blowing up.
Misinterpretation.
Yeah, it's text. You know, you can't always read inference. I guess what I'm saying. And I was making fun of the spirit energy. It was just so bad. It's so bad.
I just don't know at what point do they like, yeah, let's go with this. Because like, first of all, the spirit jumping looks so fucking stupid. It's like you're like, I don't know. Because obviously you do that in Elden Ring on torrent, but like that's a fucking fantasy. Like just whatever. Yeah. You don't give a fuck. It's Elden Ring. But like you're like
it looked like Elden Ring's jumps. That's what it really
It's funny because I'm looking at some comments underneath. They're like, "Oh, that's comic accurate." Apparently, like some shit like that happened. Like since when? First of all, very recently, I guess.
Corey, don't you work with like a Red Hood? Don't you work with a Red Hood like fanboy? Can you pull him next time you see him and just ask him what the powers of Red Hood are, please?
So the other thing that like threw me off was like
he's Batman.
Whoever's doing the video, the game director was like, "Oh, and he's equipped with armor-piercing, non-lethal bullets." I was like, "How the fuck do you do that?" I was like, "I would love to know how."
I think that's funny, but those are the things I sort of like whatever. You gotta comic book this up a little bit because
just fucking commit to it.
Kills. Like, why is he
bothered?
Like,
because obviously he's honoring Batman's legacy.
Like the whole thing is he took Joker's old name because he wanted to screw with Batman, and then he started killing people because he felt Batman was soft.
We don't know anything about this version of Red Hood because this is a brand new universe, not Arkham related, not related to anything we've seen so far.
So they're like changing things up.
Fucking stupid. Yeah, changing things up to normally fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But
destroying the Red Hood.
You figure sort of if Batman is not there, you would think they would to have them all get along. They would all play under the Batman rules, and that's probably why they said that. But it also kind of doesn't make sense, and it messes with the spirit of this character who's just literally shooting everyone all the time with armor-piercing. Yeah. Non-lethal bullets.
Non-lethal bullets. This is a weird, stupid thing. But let's talk about
an explosive. Explosives. He like literally attaches an explosive to somebody, throws them at somebody else, and apparently that's not lethal too. I'm just like,
I mean,
well, they didn't look too fiery, so you get these lame-looking explosives as well, explosions, because they don't want to have them murder people.
Let's talk the combat. Like seriously, I don't think it looked.
It looks
now.
awful.
Arkham Knight is in the distant memory for me, right? It is. But I do remember it being more fluid than this.
What's interesting is, this is the first gameplay we've seen in like a year and a half, at least, almost 2 years of this game. And I noticed that the guy, it looks more Arkham-y than it did before, that one. But I know there's always a little bit of sliding in Arkham games, but not this much, I didn't think. Everything is very slidey. Every how you home in on the attacks, like it looks like it could use a few more animations in between everything. And then since it's not really Arkham combat, you don't see like a combo counter or anything, or counters. You just see Nightwing like flipping like a madman all over the place, even when no one's around him.
Yeah,
I don't know if the player's just playing like panic mode or if that's just like how it is.
Like they kept showing parts where like he would just straight up miss or get hit by things, and I'm like, why would you intentionally show
the best footage you got?
Like this is the best.
It didn't look too good.
I don't understand
It's
that.
been
This
2
is what
years since
they-
you've shown us any gameplay. This is what you've decided on.
this is
Well,
what they
but
brought together for us. The reveal.
The other thing they did though, and I noticed the guy said this, is like, oh, you can choose your UI, and you notice there's no like level or like damage meters over the characters anymore, because that was one of the things that they got some pushback on. Their initial reveal, like, oh, this is some generic RPG bullshit. I'm sure that's all still there because they just hit it on the UI
Yeah, no,
for
you're,
this.
you're exactly right about that. And I've seen people make comparisons to Avengers on this.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I also noticed like the music in the area, it sounds like it's Arkham Knight. Like it sounds like it's the same sort of like score almost. It's very Arkham, but it's not in Arkham.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, this is mostly disappointing, but this is about what I expected from this game so far. The idea of something like Arkham Knight with a co-op option or the option to be multiple characters sounds good on paper. And the idea, and I don't even mind the gear or the leveling up of certain attributes. I don't mind that. Some people don't want that either, but there's got to be something unique to this game. So I don't mind that, but this looks like it's not going to be executed well. It looks clunky. It looks janky.
This is a game that, I'm sorry, should have been canceled.
Well,
I'm sure at some point
thought of something else to do. Really,
I'm sure at some point the executives were like, "We might as well finish it and get some money back."
No more budget
Well,
coming to
the
you
other
guys.
thing is, I don't know if we talked about it last week. I thought I posted it, but apparently the Warner Brothers studios are potentially back up on the market again.
I didn't know if that was that last week we were talking about that. Okay, so we didn't talk about it on the podcast, but I know that they had mentioned that. Oh no, because we were talking about acquisitions last week. Maybe we did talk about it on the podcast, but
I don't think we did.
I think we were. Yeah, but anyways, that's something I'm not surprised about, because
right, and they might have stuck it around. Sorry to interrupt. They might have stuck it around just to be like, so they can help shop that studio to an investor, rather than be like, hey, this team is working on fucking nothing. It's like, hey.
We have this.
Knights.
There you go.
It's just
or Gotham Knights, whatever the fuck it's called. It's like, hey.
I think that's it.
I don't think this will be quite Avengers level bad, but it could be. I think it'll be a little better than that. But I don't know. I'm gonna
put them right in the same. I think they're gonna be in that.
I think because of how bad Avengers was, people are gonna be harsh on this product.
It might be.
It's not, but it's not gonna be built to be an online only thing. It is supposed to be basically a single player thing with co-op optional. So
only
so I don't
two-player
think
co-op.
it'll be like
only two-player co-op.
Yes, even though there's 4 playable characters, you can't handle 4 players doing. I mean, I think, but so it's just this is the first thing WB Montreal did since Arkham Origins in like 2012. When was that? 2013 maybe.
I don't remember it. No, 2012 was.
That was Arkham Knight, wasn't it?
No.
Arkham Knight was 2014, 2015.
Was it that late? I thought it was like 2012. I feel like it was like 2012. Okay, so.
I thought Arkham City was 2011.
Yeah, I just feel like Arkham Knight came out so fast, but I guess not. So.
But and you just remember, this is the game that had that ridiculous ARG stuff like for a year, too, before it was revealed. Yeah, and everyone thought we would get like maybe another prequel like Arkham Knight 2 or something like that built on that unique and undercooked multiplayer that they had in it. But no, this is just like the worst possible thing.
Yeah, no, it is.
That they could have done.
Oh, and they also canceled the last gen versions, the PS4 and Xbox.
So we mentioned in the beginning.
Oh,
we mentioned in the beginning.
Just reiterating that.
I was going to mention they also have a $300 collector's edition if you're that gung ho for this product. So
I'm sure some people will be, but Jesus Christ.
It comes with a Jim Lee certificate of authenticity, whatever that means.
It means Jim Lee drew a picture.
They just threw his name on there. I don't know how much he's been involved.
He just like stamped it, and that's it.
I mean, that would be really cool, but no.
I'm not in love with the designs of the characters either in this. Although I did like that they did have the balls to give Nightwing a pseudo mullet for that one thing. That was kind of funny to me. Because Nightwing used to always rock a mullet back in the day, but
I'd be surprised if this game scores above a 75 on Metacritic.
I
don't
mean,
think it'll be-
that's kind of where I'm
That's
picturing it right now.
Yeah, you're higher than I
That's the
expected.
seal. That's the ceiling.
60s, man.
Yeah, I'm
60s.
expecting 60s.
60s. I'm going 60s.
We shall
So.
see. But I'm not looking forward to it. I might play it unless, but
Oh.
we'll see.
Yep, and it'll be $70 too.
Yes. Good stuff.
Gross.
All right. And that's going to wrap up 594 of the Gamecast. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Once again, we do have a spoiler cast bonus round coming up immediately following this of the Doctor Strange 2 movie. So join us, please, there if you have seen that movie. If not, don't join us because we're going to give spoilers. Starting next week, though, guys, we got a lot to talk about. More Elden Ring, I'm sure. But thanks for tuning in.
Forever.
It's game of the year.
See you guys next week. Yeah, see you guys next week.
Takes a year.